Hey everyone, I still remember the day I started earning, I had two financial goals in mind. First goal was short term, where I wanted to save tax, and second goal was to create wealth in the long term. And if you have also started earning, then you would also want to save tax and create wealth. So the first thought that came to my mind was, are there investment options that can help me serve dual purpose of tax saving as well as wealth creation? And when I did my research, I was bombarded with multiple investment options. Eventually, I shortlisted two best options, PPF, that is Public Provident Fund, and ELSS, that is Equity Linked Savings Scheme. Both these investment options provide tax saving under Section 80C, where you can reduce your taxable income up to Rs 1.5 lakh per year under the old tax regime. For instance, if your taxable income is more than 10 lakh rupee, then you have to pay 30% tax on income above 10 lakh rupee. However, you can invest in PPF and ELSS to reduce your taxable income up to 1.5 lakh per year. So let's say if your taxable income is 12 lakh rupee, then you can invest up to 1.5 lakh in PPF or ELSS and your taxable income will reduce to 10.5 lakh. It means you will save a total of 45,000 on tax, which is 30% of 1.5 lakh. On top of that, there is 4% education cess, so total tax saving is 46,800 every year. And this is applicable on both PPF and ELSS option. But both these investment options have different investment style, risk versus return profile, lock-in period, tax treatment on final amount, investment capping, and so on. So in this video, I've listed down the key features of both PPF and ELSS and compared them on various parameters to clarify the difference between both of them. Finally, I've shared my thought on which investment is better. Alright, let's get started. PPF, that is Public Provident Fund, is a guaranteed investment scheme backed by the Government of India. The latest interest rate on PPF is 7.1%. But please note that government can change this interest rate based on inflation rate and market condition. So on one side, while your FD rates are around 6%, PPF interest rate of 7.1% is much better. However, the best part with PPF is that it enjoys EEE status, that stands for exempt, exempt, exempt. It means first, you can reduce your taxable income up to 1.5 lakh with PPF. Second, your interest earned from PPF every year is also completely tax-free. And third, your final amount on maturity is also completely tax-free. And that's what makes PPF stand out from rest of the options in fixed investment category. However, please note that there is a lock-in period of 15 years on PPF. It means that once you invested, you cannot withdraw the amount for 15 years. However, you have the option to make a premature withdrawal after 5 years, subject to certain conditions. Now, as far as investment limit is concerned, there's a minimum investment of 500 rupee and maximum of 1.5 lakh per year. And as far as investment in PPF is concerned, you can invest via public or private banks, and you can do it both offline as well as online. While ELSS also help you reduce your taxable income up to 1.5 lakh a year, the returns from ELSS are not fixed. It is because ELSS invest at least 80% of the money in equity market. So your returns from ELSS are linked with market performance. If the market does well, ELSS can fetch returns in double digit. However, in the short term, the returns from ELSS are volatile and can even fetch negative returns if the market falls. But historically, in last 10 years, Indian equity market has grown at a CAGR rate of around 13%. And considering the bright growth prospects, you can expect around 12-13% return in the long term. Although please note that this return would vary based on market condition. Next, when it comes to lock-in period, ELSS have a lock-in period of only 3 years. So you can't withdraw money for 3 years, and after 3 years, you can withdraw money. Please note that you can also set up an SIP in ELSS where a fixed amount would be invested automatically in ELSS fund. Now, as far as taxation is concerned, when you withdraw money from ELSS fund, it attracts 10% tax on profit above 1 lakh rupee. So let's say you invested 10 lakh over the period and your investment value becomes 20 lakh. So in this case, your profits are 10 lakh rupee. Now, when you withdraw money, your profits up to 1 lakh will be completely tax-free. But remaining 9 lakh will attract 10% tax, that is 90,000 rupee. As far as investment in ELSS is concerned, there are multiple options. For example, if you visit Grow website, you can see the list of all mutual funds. When you scroll down, you can find the option of equity, and when you expand it, there's an option of ELSS. If you click on it, you will find 43 ELSS options. For example, on top, you can see Quant Tax Plan, Direct Growth, that has generated 24.4% CAGR in last 5 years. Then you have Mira Asset Tech Saver that has generated 17% CAGR return in last 5 years. Likewise, you have multiple ELSS fund from Parag Parekh, SBI, Axis, Canara Robeco, Kotak, etc. So far, we discussed the key features of PPF and ELSS category. Now let us try to compare them on each parameter. So first parameter is risk versus return. While on one side, PPF offers risk-free guaranteed return, ELSS returns or on the other side are highly volatile and depend upon market condition. Currently, PPF offers 7.1% interest rate, whereas historically Nifty 50 has generated around 12-13% CAGR return in last 10 years. And you can expect similar returns in the long term. Now let me help you visualize the return potential between PPF and ELSS. So let's say you invest 1.5 lakh a year in PPF for next 20 years and expect 7.1% interest rate. In that case, your investment amount would be 30 lakh rupee and your final investment value would be 66,58,288. If you invest the same 1.5 lakh in ELSS, so here monthly you will invest 12,500 and expect 12% CAGR rate for next 20 years, then your investment amount would be same, that is 30 lakh, but your investment value would be 1.24 crore rupees. Just look at the difference. In PPF, your investment value would be 66 lakh rupee and in ELSS, it would be 1.24 crore. That's almost double. But of course, the returns from ELSS are not fixed. So in case you fetch 11% return, then your final investment value would be 1.09 crore, and if you fetch 13% return, then your investment value would become 1.43 crore. In case you want to check the calculation yourself, I have provided the link of these calculators in the description box. Here please note that in PPF you don't have to pay any tax on final amount, but in ELSS you have to pay 10% tax on profit above 1 lakh rupee. In any case, ELSS create bigger wealth in the long term as compared to PPF. But again, the catch is that ELSS returns are not fixed. So in the short term, you might even see negative return. But if you have a long-term investment horizon of, let's say, creating retirement corpus, then ELSS can potentially generate much better returns. If you look at lock-in period, PPF has 15 years of lock-in with premature withdrawal allowed after 5 years, subject to certain condition. In ELSS, lock-in period is only 3 years. In PPF, you have a maximum investment limit of 1.5 lakh a year, but there is no limit in ELSS. But of course, you can reduce your taxable income up to a maximum of 1.5 lakh per year. Finally, you can invest in PPF via any of the public or private bank, both offline and online. In ELSS, you have multiple ELSS investment options from various AMCs. To invest in any of these ELSS fund, you can use Grow Platform direct investment option without involving any agent. So there is 0% commission. Now that we have clearly understood the difference between PPF and ELSS, the final question is, which is better between PPF and ELSS? So it actually depends upon your risk appetite. If you have a mindset where you don't want to take any volatility in your return and only want fixed return, then PPF is the best option. However, if you have the appetite to take volatility in your return, then ELSS is the best option. Although its returns are not fixed, but historically, it has generated around 12 to 13% return and you can expect similar return in the future in the long term. So return potential in ELSS is much higher than PPF. Although in PPF, there is no tax on final amount and ELSS has around 10% tax on profits above 1 lakh rupee. But still, the returns from ELSS in the long term are much superior. And also in terms of liquidity, ELSS is only 3 years of lock-in, whereas PPF has 15 years of lock-in. So ELSS money can be used for other financial goals. After 3 years, that gives it an edge over PPF. Personally, I prefer ELSS option to save tax and create wealth at the same time. So this is it for this video. I hope you got a clear picture of difference between PPF and ELSS, and this video would help you make a right decision between PPF versus ELSS for tax saving as well as wealth creation. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.